Hello, everybody. This is Angel Rebo with Mindalia TV, CEO, constant international public speaker, and president and co-founder of Wisdom for Kids. And we are here today with you.
With me. Sten Stray-Gundersen.
Sten, excuse me, I forgot his name. My apologies. Thank you very much, Sten. Thank you. My apologies. So, Sten, we're here today to speak with something which is extremely, I would say, revolutionary, and something which is extremely innovative, well, week's performance. Is that correct? But would you mind introducing yourself, Stan, to our audience?
Yeah. So my name is Sten Stray-Gundersen. I'm a B-Strong BFR expert, an exercise physiologist, and I'm here today at SoccerX to talk about blood flow restriction.
Flow restriction. Okay, so
yeah.
Could you tell me what's the science behind increasing your performance through restricting the amount of blood which is in your blood flow?
Right. So kind of take a step back here. We need to think about blood as kind of two different pathways. So we have the oxygenated blood going to the muscle, and we have the deoxygenated blood coming out of the muscle. Okay. So the oxygenated blood we call arterial inflow. So blood in the arteries. Blood coming out is called the venous flow, or coming through the veins back to the heart. And so what we're doing with blood flow restriction is restricting the blood flow out, so the venous side of things, without impeding a whole lot of the arterial inflow. And so when we perform lightweight exercises in combination with blood flow restriction, we can get similar adaptations that we see with heavy resistance training, without the damage and without the load.
So you are restricting the outflow?
Correct.
Wow. Why is that? Why restricting the outflow, you have a similar result? Why is that?
So what happens is, as you perform exercises to exhaustion, the contractions
it can be anything. It can be like running for a long time.
Running.
Usually heavy lifting.
So the key is light weights. And so we never want to use heavy lifting in combination with BFR. We're always using light weights. So you can run, you can use body weight. So body weight is fair game as well. You can run with these on. You can anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes is the upper echelon of the time that you have these bands on. But what's happening is, with each contraction, you have a buildup and byproducts that are occurring in the muscle. Now, normally during exercise and heavy resistance training, you can clear that out with increased blood flow. But when you have the BFR bands on, you don't have that clearance as much because the blood is staying in the muscle, is staying in the lymph. And so you have that buildup of metabolites. That's the signal to the brain, then have the adaptation response and increase growth hormone, increase IGF-1 and other healing factors to actually heal the muscle. But here's the thing. There's no actual damage to the muscle being done. And you don't have a catabolic response and an anabolic response. You simply have an anabolic response from that training.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
What happens to the muscle then long term when it's continuously exposed to this kind of?
So just like regular acting or resistance training, you're going to grow the muscle. Another thing that we know, it also grows blood vessels. So using this for rehab purposes or just as an adjunct to your normal training is really, really good, and it'll improve your performance.
I mean, unfortunately, we don't have a band here, but could you explain me a little bit more? Let's say I want to improve my bicep or my triceps.
Yeah.
Let's say, how would that work exactly? How would you do it? So I would go to the gym, and then what would I do?
So you don't even need to go to the gym. That's the other great thing about this. Is you can do these exercises at home with your own body weight, maybe some dumbbells or some elastic bands. You can go to the gym and you'll have a little bit more options, but we like to stress that you can do this at home, anywhere, anytime. And so what's really interesting is, as you're performing these exercises, so say, like you said, you want to grow your biceps and your triceps. So you would do 3 exercises to get those muscles to failure, to send a signal for sending a signal for fatigue, and then you have the adaptive response that comes with it. And so if we were to do your biceps, for example, maybe we would do 30 sets or 30 reps, 3 sets of 30 reps of biceps, some light rows, as well as
always light.
Always light. And so by light, I mean anywhere from 20 to 30% of your 1 rep max. Okay, so normal resistance training is anywhere from as low as 65% all the way up to 90%, even 100%. Yeah, no, that's fine. So your 1 rep maximum is the maximum amount of weight that you can lift once. So say you're on a bench press and you can do 2 reps of a given.
Let's say 150 pounds.
Sure. So if that's your 1 rep max, then any percentage of that, so 75 pounds would be your 50% 1 rep max, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so in that case, let's to make the math easy, let's say your 1 rep max is 100. And so 20 to 30 pounds is what you should be using when using light weights with blood flow restriction.
Oh, carry on.
No, you're good. And so to work on your biceps, for example, the whole idea is to get that muscle as tired and fatigued as possible without incurring a whole lot of damage. So what's kind of traditionally thought in order to grow in strength and size of the muscle is you have to do damage, you have to tear the muscle, little micro tears, and then the brain responds and heals everything. Absolutely. And it grows back bigger and stronger.
I've heard that so many times.
Right.
That you have to actually have your fibers in your muscles to break if you want your muscles to grow. So that's not like, is that true or?
It is 100% true.
Okay.
But there's also this paradigm shift in how we think about training. And BFR has kind of accelerated that process. And now we can think about it as really stressing the environment in the muscle without actually causing the damage. You get the same adaptive response and same effects.
Why? I mean, I go to the gym often, but I've never seen anybody using that kind of, why is that?
So it's actually been in Japan for the past 60 years.
Okay.
And it's sort of been kind of kept a very good secret there. It helped performance. It's thought of as anti-aging. And so a lot of the population actually uses it. Way over the year, been used by bodybuilders using elastic in their training to actually increase hypertrophy. But it's just now made its way over to the States and kind of gotten integrated in training programs and professional sports teams, along with collegiate and even youth programs.
So, besides exercising, let's say, is there any other thing, is any other part of the human body performance, right, that we can use the same kind of, concept? Is it possible? I mean, can we use the same BFR? Can we use it for some other kind of performance in the human body?
Yeah, so like I said, we know 3 things that it does. Yeah. It grows bone, it grows blood vessels, and it grows muscle. Mm-hmm. And when you have that combination of things, your body is going to be working much more efficiently. You're going to feel better. You're going to be stronger. You're going to be more fit. You're going to have more vitality in life.
Is it anywhere in the body?
So we strictly have on the arms, upper arms, and on the upper legs. Okay. I've seen people try to put it on their knees or on their ankles, and really what you're doing is just restricting a lower amount of muscle mass. So what we really want is on the, and the effects are not just local to the muscle being worked, or rather the muscle distal to the cuff, below the cuff. Systemic growth hormone response.
Oh, really?
And so what happens is any muscle that you've worked out, so say you're doing push-ups, right? You use your arms for part of that work. You also use your pecs and you use your back muscles. So as you get more and more fatigued in the arms, the bigger in your chest and your back have to work. And so they also get fatigued. But here's the real kicker. Every time a muscle is exercised, it'll put what's called a growth hormone receptor on its cell surface. And the trigger to release growth hormone, then it goes systemically in circulation, so all throughout the whole bloodstream. And so any muscle or any injury that you have is going to reap the rewards from that training session.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it really is.
How long have you guys been doing it?
So we started this company about 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. We're slowly getting the wheels rolling here now. But we've been involved with blood flow restriction for the past 5 years or so.
Wow. What started all this journey of yours?
So my father is a renowned exercise physiologist and MD. Has been at the forefront of athletics and across many different sports, including soccer, for his whole life, the last 35 years or so. And he was actually approached by a Japanese man named Dr. Sato, and he came out with the first kind of real safe blood flow restriction called Katsu, which in Japanese means additional pressure. And so again, this has been going on in Japan for a good while, and there's been many studies to back up everything that I'm saying here. So if you want to go to PubMed and look up some literature on this, feel free. There's about 380 published articles on this right now. It's blowing research field, but he was approached by Dr. Sato and for his expertise and things like that, and Dr. Sato wanted to bring Katsu to the United States, and so he was involved with that for a number of years. But we felt that we could create a better, more efficient, more versatile band, and so that's what we did, and we came out with these strong training systems.
What's next for you guys?
Yeah, we want to get this. Ideally, we want to get this with every player on every team. That's our goal. That's our mission, and we really want to help middle-aged baby boomers. That's where we see a really good population to target because for one, the inactivity levels are huge. We have an epidemic of obesity, and we're looking for ways to actually solve that problem. And exercise is a great way to do it, especially when you're cramped for time and you don't have enough time to work out. This is the 5th workout, and you're good for the day.
And what happens if you, instead of doing, this kind of workouts, because I know all of the people that, for instance, they walk,
right, or
they hike,
right,
they take the weekend and they go with the family. Is that something? Can you use the same kind of technology and of impact in your body mass through very low level low impact exercising?
Short answer is you can pretty much incorporate this into any existing training program that you have. So say you said people go walking. So I've known people who go and walk their dog in the morning or walk their kids to school or something like that, walk their kids to the bus, and just simply place the bands on their legs, and they get a little bit more circulation, a little bit more activity, more activation of their muscles. And so if you really want to gain the benefits of this as an athlete, there's a very different way of training for this. You really have to be training for fatigue and failure and things like this. But for the average person who just wants to increase their activity level or get a little bit more out of their workout, it's really simple to integrate this into their existing program.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
Thank you. So, Sten, I'm not going to forget ever your name now going forward. I think, by the way, he's from Frisco, Texas, so yeah, doesn't get any better. Thank you very much. You online. How can we reach out to you?
Yeah, so you can find us at bfrstrong.com, as well as bstrongtrainingsystems@gmail.com. Either one works. You can also contact me at sten@bfrstrong.com. And
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And again, this is Angel Reba with Mindalia TV. Thank you very much for being with us today. I hope to see you soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.